Hey everyone, it's Catherine from Plus One to Crafting here in my new and shiny Erin Condren Life Planner. So if you watch any of my other videos, you might know that I started in a big happy planner. I found that I wasn't really big on, first of all, the big size. It ended up being a little bit too much for what I needed. And honestly, it's hard to find stickers for the big happy planner. I mean, happy planner in general, it can be hard to find stickers for. But I wanted to move a little bit smaller, and I just decided that, I was going to bite the bullet and get an Erin Condren. I came into the planner world after being introduced to Erin Condren by a coworker, but hadn't bought anything. But she was like, "Oh, I have this planner. I really love it. You should check it out." And then I went down the whole rabbit hole. But so this is what I'm with. So right now, I'm going to show you last week's spread. I did Harry Potter to, go with September 1st. Everything here is from Otter Prince Co. except for this little washi tape down here. And the Big Brother stickers, which are from the sticker party. So moving to this week here. So my main kit this week is going to be the Sweet Ava's Paper Sprinkle Kindness from her anniversary sale. It is also back to school. We have our first day for teachers on the 4th and first day for students on the 6th, and it's going to be a very busy week, and I'm going to be getting back into it, and it's going to be a little bit weird. And I'm also going to be running on a lot of coffee and maybe even some energy drinks, because I haven't really been that busy. I've been able to take the summer largely off except for some school days here or there. So here is the deco sheet. This is a full kit. Glitter headers and date dots, little things, date covers, some lists, deco icons, script, boxes and lists. Oh, how cute. How fully adorable. Boxes, Monday through Sunday, and then some washi headers and the bottom washi. So I'm gonna get to it. So I figured that I could talk a little bit about what I do while I do this, and I am going to be moving upside down. Sorry if that drives you a little bit bonkers. So I teach high school, and specifically I teach high school English, and this year I am only teaching I'm not teaching 9th this year, which is the first year that I'm not teaching 9th. And I will be teaching 11th grade only for the first time. Last year I taught in the fall semester, because our school does a semester schedule. I taught 9th and 10th in the fall, and then I taught 11th in the spring. And I'm also in charge of some stuff for seniors, for some graduation requirements. I'm trying to see. Can I peel this up? I don't really want to get out the undo already. But I am going to have to pull this up and do some white out. Didn't think I was going to have to, but I will. So last year I saw all grades, and it's really interesting to teach all the different grades because there are huge differences between a 9th grader and an 11th grader. And I was lucky enough that I actually have had some of my students multiple times. I've had some students. Last year I had a couple of my boys specifically for their 3rd year in a row. And it was so enjoyable and so amazing to be able to see them grow up and and see them develop as human beings. And it's an honor to be involved in their lives like that. And I got to see some students that I've had for 2 years. This year I will have a couple of students that I've had before, but a smaller number. And then next year, unless I move to 12th grade, which I don't think I'm going to be, I won't see too many of my kids again. And I do really like the 11th grade curriculum that I get to teach. It is American literature. And I really like American literature. We start, from the beginning, from the Puritans, and we make it through the Harlem Renaissance is usually where I get to. And A Raisin in the Sun is our big novel that we end up finishing on. And I really, there are some things that I don't personally like. I'm not a huge fan of transcendentalism. I'm not a huge fan of reading Walden and all that. But I do get some choice. A lot of our curriculum is hey, you have to do 3 out of these 5 texts, and I get to pick. And I like that we have that ability to do that. And it's also good in case you have someone who's, maybe taking the class again. There is that little bit of freedom, so maybe they're not taking the exact same thing again. And this year I'm also teaching 11th grade AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, and it is a college readiness program for students who fit in kind of targeted demographics, you could say. A lot of them are first generation college students, and this program helps them get their sort of academics in order and helps them along the path. So we do a lot of SAT prep and things along those lines. And, the college research process, and everything like that. And I apologize for saying so often. I knew what I wanted to talk about, but I didn't have exactly word for word what I was going to be saying. So I hope you will forgive me. So, unless I'm completely missing it. That's fine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some deco up here. This cute little coffee pot up here. It's going to stay there now. I'm going to just zoom you in a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Coffee pot there. And this cute little cup there, and that'll get partly covered, but I don't mind that. So I'm going to go upside down again. And this is my first time teaching that particular course, the AVID course, but I'm very lucky in that we have a lot of teachers who have been teaching it for a long time, and they are all absolutely amazing. And one of them is another English teacher, so she's literally down the hall from me, and she has been an amazing resource. The program director has been an amazing resource, and I did have what was one of the trainings that I had over the summer. And that was fantastic. But I have to admit, even though I've been getting up roughly with my alarm this past week, I sort of do that, the week ahead so that I can stay, get back into the habit of waking up at 5:30 every morning because I do have an hour commute. I did not miss that at all during the summer. I did not miss waking up so gosh darn early. And I've been drinking a lot of coffee during the summer, just like, like while I'm home, I can make myself another cup. I might as well. And since it's still really warm and I have a Ninja coffee maker, so it does like an over ice brew, so I don't have to worry about like doing actual cold brew or anything. I can make up some stuff the night before and just let it sit in the fridge overnight, so I don't have to fuss with it too much. But I'm definitely going to be making some coffee. It's a hot cup in the morning to take, and then some iced coffee for the afternoon, because I'm going to need it. I was able to go in the past week, a few days, to start setting up my classroom, so I'm not, rushing to get it done right before they come. And, some people can do that, and I don't, begrudge them their style of doing it, but it's just not personally for me. It's just not something that I'm comfortable doing. I really like being able to go in ahead of time, and I'm lucky that the school is open, and I can just get stuff done and not feel the pressure looming over me, because I just don't do well in that circumstance. It's just not how I work, and that's not where I feel comfortable. Just gonna adjust this a little bit more. Sorry, there we go. That looks better. Sorry if that was blurry or anything before. I didn't notice it. So, and again, it's all just personal choices and what have you. So I do have to do either a video or probably something on Insta stories about my classroom organization. I did some Insta stories, if you're interested, about how I utilize my calendars for school, and that's saved to my highlights if you're interested in that. Okay, got some glitter headers. I don't really like that yellow. Maybe I'll do a pink up here, maybe. My first time doing glitter headers. It's very exciting to be in a new Erin Condren. So there we go. Yeah, maybe I'll just do the whole top row pink. So what else can I say about teaching? I already have my lesson plans done for the first week, because I'm just that type A. I'm gotten ahead in my grad school class. This semester I'm taking a class called Museum Communication, and it's not like media communication and getting your message out there on social media and here's how to do publicity and stuff like that. It's more about what kind of things a museum communicates by just whatever it does, so what does this exhibit communicate? How do we get a message out there? What are, the implicit and explicit meanings when you do something? And it's really interesting, because that's not what I thought the class was going to be. I thought it was more going to be along the lines of, here's how to do publicity and blah, 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 blah. But it's not, and it's really interesting. I'm only, on this week I'll finish up the second session and start up the third session. And it's really interesting, because it's just not what I expected, and it's always nice to have stuff different than what you thought. Okay. So, nothing the problem with not doing You've never done this stuff. So I know I want to have a snowball. I'll start by putting this snowball down here. And Tuesday's going to be really busy, so I don't necessarily want to put anything there. No, I'll go back and add the glitter header. So I know I'm going to want snowball there, and the rest is going to be sort of fly by the seat of my pants. Oh, snowball's there, by the way, down there, drinking her coffee. So I'm going to put this one down here. That needed my full concentration, which is kind of embarrassing about how much, it's still cooking. Kind of embarrassing how much that needed my full attention, and I still didn't get it right. Still cooking. Let's try it again. Nope. Let's see if third time's a charm, right? I think I got it. So, this is going to be for dinners. I'm going to try and keep my dinners on the sidebar just so I know, you know, what I'm doing. And I'm going to use the pink habit tracker, and I've been using this for Duolingo. I'm trying to get some Spanish. You know, at this point in the program that I'm, you know, the very beginning, it's just kind of a refresher from what I knew in like middle school, because I took Latin in high school. I took 2 years of it. And of course Latin is the root language and blah blah blah. But I have to, you know, really do some refreshing. So now it's time to get some stuff done. Okay. I'm going to glitter head snowball here. I feel like she needs it. So, how do I want to do it? I don't have, I mean, it's Labor Day, so I don't have a ton to do, but I do want to maybe work on a couple of things. So, going to want to get a couple of boxes in here. Woof. Still pretty new with this one. Alright, good enough. So, I'm going to check my work emails and see if there's anything like pressing that I need to address before I get back into school. And I probably, now right under that, it is a day off, even though I'm going to, you know, do a little bit of work. If I have time, I do want to start looking at some IEPs. If you don't know what an IEP is, it's in Jersey. It's what we call the individualized education plans, and they're part of special education. And even though I am not officially, you know, a special ed teacher, no, that's not my designation. I still deal with students with, you know, IEPs, and they're also called 504s, and they refer to the different sections of the disability law. And I like to, and you know, most teachers like to check these IEPs before you meet the students. Some like to give it a day and then, get a first impression of the student and then work with them that way, and then, read them immediately after the first day. But for seating plans and things like that, I like to get that done, even though I'm going to be doing some stuff that's kind of different with my plans this year. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to let students make their responsibilities, like your classroom expectations and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes and choose their own seating. I've never tried it before. This is my 5th year. I figured time to try to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. And then I'm volunteering. With a local museum as part of my work for grad school. So I want to try to get 1 or 2 hours done with that. So get that taken care of. Then the other big thing I want to do, let me see. This is from Student Planning, who is now Stella Bow Paper Co. Gonna want to edit and upload. There we go. And there's 2 videos that I want to take care of for that, because the rest of the week is going to be pretty chaotic. So on Tuesday, I'm going to put another piece of deco up at the top, I think. So let's just do these Happy Donut stack. Happy little donuts. So yeah, I think I'm just going to keep the glitter headers up top and then right in front of the deco. I don't know that I have enough space for anything else. Because I do have, I'm going to go back and work through my grad school reading plan. So, for this, let's go with pink. So this is our first teacher only day. And so it's at 8. So report. Our day is really, pretty planned out for us that first day, and that's fine. We have a big training, and then we have lunch, and then we have a few other things that we end up having to do. So I'm going to put a nice big blue big checklist after that. The whole district's reporting for training, and then, we get to go to lunch, and then back to our classrooms to do work, because this day is also the high school open house and back to school night. Kids can come in and, they go to their homeroom, and, parents, guardians are welcome, encouraged to come, and they get some of their, like, you know, procedural packets that they have to do and deal with. And they can take a, you know, look around the school. So I have a bunch of stuff to do. I have to update my calendars there. I have to copy my syllabi. To get my open house payments. I'm sure I will find something else that will be down there. Something to add. And those are just my to-dos for now, you know. And open house. Then we'll go with. I have to get dinner at some point in there too. Making it. I'll just put this when I figure out whatever the heck I'm going to end up doing for dinner. So then, on Wednesday, a bunch of other stuff. So let me use another little friend here for the schedule. It's, you know, pretty structured day again, which is, again, fine by me. We'll be told, you know, when we're allowed to be in our classrooms, and, you know, allowed, when we have meetings and things. And then I have a different meeting at 10. So I have to make sure I do that. So, let's see, how do I want to do this? I need to make sure, let me get that out. Hey again everybody, apparently my camera cut off and as of right now I have no idea where, so just to sort of recap, I have my to-do list, open house, making it, I have my little schedule, an extra meeting, and I'm laid down Big Brother so I would have space for it. And I'm about to put a little header so I can add some deco. So like that's pretty irksome, but alright, we'll roll with it. This little coffee friend here. Oh, oof, glad I'm taking it back because it's super crooked. I apologize if stuff's been out of frame at all, since this is like one of my first times using, you know, this smaller thing and zooming in more. It's not perfect, but again, I hope you'll forgive me. Maybe a little strip. Maybe I'll do this. Sizes. Yeah, you know what? Alrighty. So in case I don't finish any piece, update my rosters, make some copies of rubrics, get some Scantrons after I do a count, just make more copies, lesson plans. Like I said, I'm sure I'll figure out something else to do, so I'll just leave that one there. Okay, so Thursday is actually the first day students come back, and it is probably going to be fine. It'll be just fine. It's also the day that my class resets, so actually, figure out exactly what I want to do. So, let me go back actually. I have a quiz due that day. So actually, if I have, because I do have some time in between when we get to, I mean, I have several hours. Our work day's done at 3. And the open house is at 7, but I usually don't go home completely. I usually like go to Starbucks or something in between, so I can theoretically take the quiz and you know, do the quiz at Starbucks. So just so I remember to do that. Thursday. Okay, so I need to, as always, and while I'm down here, I will just add Big Brother while I'm here. Yeah, that's fine. Get the flag down in the actual washi. I mean, in September there's not like a ton, I mean, 3 days a week, but there's not, you know, actually that much Big Brother left if you think about it. So I have that. Be another HOH, and as I've said before, like sometimes you know on Thursday who HOH is, sometimes you don't. But that way I, you know, get to spread it out a little bit and put who is HOH there. So. Just sort of thinking out loud here. Alright, I have an appointment, so let's see what we have here. What do I want to do here? I'm going to put have these from Student Plan. Like I said, they're now Stella Bow. So I actually have a vet visit for Sapphire this night. She's been going outside the box. I dropped off a sample and she does not have any infections, so we need to see if there's anything that they can pick up. Woof, sorry about that. Anything that we can pick up on a physical, or if it's just behavioral, I want to have a consultation with the vet to see if we can try to brainstorm what's up between, you know, and any suggestions that they have. I mean, you know, just like anybody, I did some Googling about it, and I have maybe some, you know, slight theories about what it could be. But, you know, I want to go to the vet because I want to make sure it's taken care of, and I don't want her to be sick and we not realize it, even if it didn't get picked up on her sample. I want to make sure that she's healthy, and that if there's something I can do to help her, I can. And if, the vet's the expert, I want to make sure that, I talk to the expert about it. Your health and your pet's health isn't something you should really DIY, and, you should go to the experts and talk to the experts. All right. Ooh, this is, did I pull out? No, this is just regular. I don't think they were that wide. Huh. It is very large. Very large indeed. That's fine. It can spill over a little bit. I'm not bothered. Not bothered. So, this day, what all do I want to do here? Even though the first couple of days are going to be like very busy regarding what's going on, and you don't really get to stop and really think too often on the first couple of days of school, like I don't have like the big to-do list like this, because theoretically I'm ready by then, or they're just like such small, little fussy things to do that it'll just be a carryover of these to-do lists, or whatever. So I am going to be putting my lesson plans more or less in here, so I can sort of, just have a record of it. A is my AVA class and E is English, and they're both basically the same thing. They're an introduction. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I really do enjoy getting to know new students. So I'm going to put Chip down here. I'm going to use a pink little header for that one. And on this there are also, I can talk, also the new week in my class opens. So I will have a podcast and a lecture to listen to that day. And I can spread a lot of the readings around and sort of do like 1 or 2 readings a day, but since these come out that first day, like I need to make sure that I get those done on time and in the correct order. Okay. And interestingly enough, that's it. I'm skeptical. Might seem a little weird, but I'm a little skeptical. So maybe I'll just add a little quill, sticking with Sweet Ava's. Add a quill there. Alright, so Friday, and I do have a little blue that matches. Andrew will be working from home. And you know what? I'm gonna actually hold off on that one. This is from You and Me Stickers. And go to, let's put our dunking friend there. I don't, during the school year, I take coffee with me most days, almost every day. I don't know why every day I bring a cup of coffee, and like I said earlier, I'll be probably for the first few weeks at the very least bringing iced coffee with me, but the 2 teacher only days and the first day for students, I am going to be treating myself to Dunkin', but this Friday I'll probably have my first real sort of get back into it, make yourself coffee, make yourself coffee, get back into the habits, don't be lazy. So then lesson plans here. And the reason I'm putting A and then like a little exponent that's B is because my Avid class is year-round but split into A and B, unlike my other classes, which are semester. So for Avid, like I basically, with some adjustments as needed for the class, do the same lesson plan 2 days in a row. Which it's nice a lot of the time. You can really get to know what works and doesn't work doing it like that. So, down here at the bottom, we have a friend who's probably going to be most likely coming and staying with us that evening. I don't know when he's going to arrive, but he'll be here eventually. Put some more deco for Saturday. Down at the bottom here. Again, I apologize that things aren't, perfect my first time really doing it this zoomed in. And now I know too that I have to keep an eye on my camera a little bit better so it doesn't just poop out on me. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything because there is an event on Saturday, but I don't know if my friend and I are really gonna be doing that. I just have no idea, no clue. So my last bit of deco. Get my hands to work. Do it. Oh gosh, I was gonna say straight up in the middle. Nothing was straight about that. There we go. Blue header there. Get that done. Yeah, the weekends are really time for me to catch up on any grad school work that I missed. Anything like that. So now I have these from Avalon and 9th, and I have a discussion due that day. There's a good chance I might get it done earlier in the week, just depending, but oofa doofa. There's a chance that I might not. Okay. So, and depending on how wild the rest of my week makes me feel, I might end up Saturday and Sunday really hammering a lot of work in. So maybe I'm gonna put, I think I'm gonna put another checklist there and have that be what I focus on for that. So line this up. Just gonna pretend, well, no, I can't. Can't just pretend on this one. Close enough. Even though I wrote it down on a separate day, I'm going to just make sure And these are just the, different titles of my readings. So, let me just get a couple little pieces. There's a washi here. So there. Maybe I'll pick this up, see if it'll give me one more. Go. Destroying everything. I do have undo, by the way, but I just don't really feel like using it. So chalk it up to just sheer laziness, which, whatever. I am not so bothered by the laziness, because it works, basically, more or less. Let's see when this is going to rip on me. That actually looks like a halfway decent sidebar. Not too shabby. So let me I have my traveler's notebook with my messy planning in it that I'm referencing. Oh, I have, to make sure I finish up. Something for an online, oh lordy, an online book club that I do. So we're finishing the book this week, so I just have to write my chapter somewhere. So I remember, because if I don't write it down, it's not going to get done, as awful as that is. And I'll usually, and I mean it's going to be a little weird this week with, my weird work schedule, because like again, I said, this night I'm not going to be home. I'm going to just be exhausted on Wednesday. But I can get that done in there. Add a little cutie donut. So that half is definitely fun. And this, I'm not bothered by white space. I know some people really do get bothered by white space, but I'm not. I can't be fussed about it. Like, if I don't have plans, white space is good. Like, that's great as far as I'm concerned. So I do want. No, I think I'm just going to be happy with it. So, let me clear some of my mess. Open up. And you can take a look. This is what my temporarily finished spread looks like. As you can see, I know a lot more about the first half of my week than the last half. I do with midweeks on Wednesday, so you can see how that gets updated, if at all, what I actually can check off. And then I do Sunday end of week spreads as well on my Instagram, so you can follow me there for that. You can check out my highlights to see that teacher organization, those teacher organization highlights, if you'd like. And I'll be updating that with how I organize my classroom as well, and how I keep students organized. So here's my spread. If you liked what you liked, hit like, subscribe if you want, follow me over on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye!